Hi, you've reached
Cooper.
Can you say it louder? And Ginger Hawn Cooper, and we present the Determined Genealogist. That's me. Katy's being...
No, both.
Oh, it's both of us, exactly.
And Molly.
And Molly, sometimes when she's in, but she's outside right now. Well, today is lesson 5, or maybe 6. At 6. See, she's got to keep up with me.
Probably.
She's got to keep me straight.
5.
Okay.
I don't know.
We don't. We have lesson 5. Okay, and this is on doing timelines. Okay. Now there is how to do timelines. It's listed on. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You're picking on me. She's picking on me.
She said.
She's picking on me.
You don't do that.
That is listed on the Determined Genealogist Facebook page, the group page, and you can go in, you can copy it and print it off, and it will tell you different things on how to look for timelines, how to do it, that sort of thing. Now this is, I do timelines a lot because they really help you in genealogy. They help you to be able to focus. They help you to be able to find out where an ancestor is at what time, also what happens to him. And here is Harvey's. We're going to do it on Harvey's. Harvey, I have spent so much time on him. It's unbelievable how much time I've spent on him.
1 hour?
No, lots and lots and lots of hours looking for him. And I have looked on US GenWeb, which is a favorite free website that I have. And they have a lot of information. I have found him by my grandmother's cousin Madeline. Her son had stuff about him. And I found stuff on Ancestry.com. FamilySearch.org, I have found a ton of information on him. And also I've gone to Iowa and looked at cemeteries, looked at the historical societies, also went to the state archives.
Pause, I need
We're working on manners. We're really working on manners here, and so she said she needed to pause it, and I'm really proud of her for that. Okay, but here's his timeline, and it's helped me to identify things because I want to find out about Harvey. He is kind of a mystery. He was kind of a rugged man.
I hurt myself.
This is Harvey again. He was my great-grandfather. He was a wanderer. He got himself into trouble. Oh, you're going to scratch? Oh.
It's not in my shirt.
Can you imagine? Her great-great-great-great-great-grandfather made that. Now she's using that as a backtrack. But this is how I organize my books. A lot of people put them into files. And I saw my mother-in-law do this, but she did them with the old books. And what she does is she starts with herself in a book. Can you open that book up for me? Can you hold that? Okay, she starts with herself and different things in the book. And then she lists them in order. And you can see the tabs on them. And I have my name. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a book of me when I was cute little chubby baby.
She does. I have
2 books.
She has 2 books. I made 2 books for her. And what I usually do is I usually make them out of material. I've made Mom's books out of her dresses.
Over there.
If you see that red one, okay, hold on.
It's this one.
That's her baby book.
And this is another one.
That's her baby book.
This one's stuff.
Point to Mama's dress, the red one with the weird design.
I don't know where
it's down at the bottom shelf.
Mm-hmm.
That's my mom's. I made it out of her dress. Okay.
Flower dress.
Yeah, I do a lot of crafts. But anyway, that's how I organize it. I put, and I keep everything in those plastic sheaths. And I do the little tabs, and I put the names on the tabs. I'm also working on helping people organize their genealogy and putting them in spiral binders to help them too, which is a great resource. Instead of putting them in files and just locking them up, I mean, you can put them in files. That's what I do until I decide how I'm going to do it. But anyway, that's another story on organizing.
I'm not little anymore. I'm not a baby anymore.
No, she's not.
I'm big, and I'm a student and a kid.
Okay, can you hold these?
I can't read cursive.
You can't read cursive. Now, see, this is a national disaster when a kid cannot read cursive because all the old documents are in cursive, Old English script.
Wow, I can write cursive.
Okay, this is my grandmother when she was little with her brother Ollie. And this was their wedding picture of my grandfather.
Baby. I said baby.
Okay.
Here's a baby.
All right.
Here's a baby.
Just hold that. Hold that for me. Okay. Now here, my cousin Dean sent me these. He works with the Historical Society in Butler County. And this was in there. And instead of throwing them away, he sent them to me. They're having to make room for things. This is Harvey when he was a young man, when he was about 8 years old. Oh, she's yawning again. Good job. Good job. But you quit yawning, so you're fine. Okay, this is a school picture of him. She's so funny. And then we have him when he's little. And I found this one. Dean didn't have it. Another cousin did on Ancestry. I copied it down, photoshopped it, worked on the colors, and got it as clear as I could. This is him when he's a young man. This is him during 1918 when his son was off in the war, and when his other son died, he was off. He got his name in the paper, and he was a cook at some camp. And this is another picture of him. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a cat person.
She is a cat person. She loves cats. Oh, yes. Anything cats, she absolutely loves. She is a cat person.
Not a dog person. She's a cat person, too.
Yes, I love cats. I love cats. Dogs.
More than dogs. Yeah.
More than dogs. Cats are awesome. Anyway, you feed a cat, you own a dog. Kind of story. Here he is, and here's where he changed his name. And I have a couple of pictures that shows that. And there's a reason he did that. Here he is in a uniform when he was delivering mail. Here he is when he worked owning a cemetery plot. I mean, he sold cemetery plots and sold tombstones. And here he is again. Now, I thought this was him, but it didn't look quite like him. I've identified it as his brother, is who I've identified that as.
Well, DC.
Oh, Royal. Okay, now, on timelines, you use pictures to do a timeline. You also do events in a person's life. Okay, here he was, and here was his brothers in school. I got this on US Gen Web and copied off their school when they were in school. Here's their marriage record, their original marriage record. I got this record, downloaded off Family Search, and printed it, okay, for the cost of my ink. That's what I got, and I got it free. And I'll show you how to do this in later videos. Just please like and tell me what you'd like me to look for in Family Search, and I'll do it.
And subscribe.
And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay. Now, here he is. This is my grandmother, but this was also Ollie. He's the one that died in France in 1918. This was a high school graduation of his, and this is when he was younger. And look at the table again. You can tell the age of the picture by the clothes that the kids wore. And look, he's wearing a dress. And also the table and the cover that goes over the seat. Okay.
A boy's wearing a dress.
A boy's wearing a dress in the old pictures. That's what they used to do. Okay. Now, here is, I found in the newspaper articles about where he got in trouble with the law. He was forging checks with his business, and I've got a document somewhere, I couldn't find it, in his, because I have everything pulled out for these videos, that showed that his dad bailed him out. It's got his dad's signature on it. But Harvey had to pay a price for that. Now, Harvey had got a hold of some land in Canada. How he did it, I don't know. My cousin Dean even ordered the deed, and we've looked at it. And we can't figure out where he got it from, but the people that used to own it was named Hunter. And I'm wondering if they're not connected somehow to Harvey's sister, who married a William Hunter. Not wife, sister, who married a William Hunter. But we've not found it. Well, this is the deed that he signed. And how he got it, I don't know. How he got the money, I don't know. The family stories is that Mabel got left a lot of money from her grandfather in 1907 when he died, and also got money from her dad in 1918 when he died, because both of them owned quite a bit of property and had a lot of money. Not a lot, but quite a bit. And the story is that Harvey drank it up and gambled it up, but that may be how he bought the land. I'm still not sure. But this is where Jacob, for the price of bailing Harvey out, he signed the land over to his dad and sold it to his dad for a fee. So, to help him get out of trouble. And his dad bought it. And this shows Harvey again.
Scratch.
Okay. Now, I also have his second marriage record to a wife named Ella and he changed his name from 1921 until 1927. He changed his name to Harvey Metz.
What?
Yeah, he did, because he was in trouble. He was in trouble with the law. They were looking for him. He was forging checks, and he had gone bankrupt. His tombstone business gone bankrupt. His druggist went bankrupt. He was a druggist at one point. He had several jobs. I found those on Ancestry.
The mouse is in my mouth.
US GenWeb. His different jobs. What are you looking for?
A mouse is in my mouth.
Oh, the mouse pointer's in her mouth. So funny. Anyway.
They can't see it.
Yeah, you can't. No, you guys can't see it. We can see it. Here, let's move it around. Woo! Okay, never mind. Oh, now it's on my mouth. Okay.
Open your mouth.
Okay, anyway. Okay, now you're annoying me. Now you're getting to me. You're breaking my concentration. He changed his name, and I have other documents besides those two pictures. I have some census where he listed by another name, but that's when he was in trouble with the law. And his brother Floyd was a bootlegger, and he turned state evidence against some. It is time for lunch. We'll eat lunch a little bit.
Okay.
His brother turned in state evidence against a federal agent for bootlegging, and he moved to California. Okay. Well, anyway, so Harvey tended to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And then he changed his name, and he got rid of that land. He sold it to his dad, and his dad took it also for trade. Okay. The dad ended up leaving it to Anna, the oldest daughter, in his will, and she sold it and bought a boarding house.
This hurts me. It's not even comfortable.
Now try sitting on it. Okay.
I want to.
All right. Oh, she's going to sit on the floor, and then we can't see you. Oh, there she is. Okay. So we have that. And then we have his second marriage in 1927. In 1927, we have his second marriage.
Ow.
What are you doing? Okay. I had her sit on my knee.
What are you doing?
No. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have that record. Then we have a 1930 census where he's living with his second wife up in Mason City. And then we have some other records I found on Ancestry again that showed his residence and what he was doing. And then he disappears in 1933. Now I don't.
You forgot to show this picture.
No, I showed that in the last video.
Oh.
That's my grandfather.
Oh.
You want to show him these pictures?
You already did.
Oh, I already did. See, she got to have somebody keep up with me. Okay, so his second wife had never been married before, and she was a tough little gal. She worked with the city. She was very political. People knew her. She might have beat him over the head with a frying pan. Okay?
What?
We don't know. I mean, he just up and disappears. Like in the 1936 is the last record I have of him where his sister wrote a letter to my great-grandmother, and in it, I guess Mabel had asked about him. And the sister, the older sister who Harvey always knew where he was, she said that his stomach problems were getting worse, but that he was still alive and blah, blah, blah. She didn't go into a lot of where he was or what he was doing. Mabel already might have known that. But his wife dies. They're separated, and the wife dies. The second wife dies in 1938, and on her death certificate it says she was a widow. Now her sister filled it out. Now some people might have just put that because, you know, they don't know. Maybe like I said, maybe she beat him with a frying pan and killed him. I don't know what happened to him. But in his mother's obituary in 1942, he's mentioned as living. Now, one of the things I haven't followed out with the league yet, but I plan to, is his sister, her husband, his first wife ended up in a hospital, okay? And these hospitals were for TB, these hospitals were for mental illness, they were for drug and alcohol addiction. Anyway, Harvey may have been in there, and that may be why he was living. I haven't hunted that one down yet, but I plan on it because the hunt continues. Now, these videos are to help you and to help you in your research. And so I put this together. This is his timeline, and I could teach you how to do that. And on the Determined Genealogist Facebook. No. is on there. So you can print that off. And anyway, these videos are to help you. And to help you to be able to do research and to help you to watch where your ancestors lived and track where they lived. Especially for those that are wanderlust. As another friend of mine used to call her ancestors, wanderlust, because they move everywhere. And Harvey was definitely a wanderlust.
So, bye.
Bye. Have a great day and happy hunting. And this is
Katy Cooper
and Ginger Hawn Cooper presents the Determined Genealogist.
Smash that like button and whip.
Bye.
Next time.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.